Yeah, what's up, everybody? We are back November 30th, 12:53 to be exact. The Hard Corner is back with another episode. Shout out to everybody who's been tapping in. You already know the deal. We didn't do one last week. We were taking care of some business on the home front, but we are back and we got a lot of stuff going on for you. There's a lot of news. A lot of good shit's been happening lately, everybody. Can't wait to talk about it. But even before we get into that, Busky, what's up? What's crack-a-lacking?
Same old. Chilly chillin'. Busy week, was upstate, like you said, handling some family stuff. So
Yeah.
all good. Lots of news here. Episode 39. We're ready to roll.
Yeah, it's fucking it's over. First of all, what's the weather like over there? That's what I want to know, because I seen some people posting stuff, and I see snow in different parts of the states. I'm in South Florida, everybody. So right now it's been cold. It's been like 65 degrees, 60 at night. So it's been freezing. What's up there?
It's 30s here, so it's a different kind of cold.
Yeah, a little different than that Syracuse stuff.
Yeah, and it was snowing up there when I left. So a little bit though, nothing crazy. But it's winter. It's what's supposed to happen.
But good. You know, I'm very, very happy to announce everybody out there, we have an official release date for my first single and the first video for my new band Smoke AD, December 15th. Everybody hit that link right there. Take a picture, zap it, go do all that fancy stuff. That's going to take you to the landing pad of when the video drops. It's going to drop right there on the 15th. So you can save your spot and get down with the program. Listen, I'm amped on it. The video came out sick. Listen, you know where you could catch it? Everywhere. This is how we're doing things. I'm very, very proud of this. I can't say it enough. I know everybody's sick of the teasers I've been doing, but listen, we did this for everybody out there. I haven't had this much fun in the studio since I was probably 16 years old. You know, put it like this, I think you guys are going to hear it in the music, and I'm proud of it, and I'm psyched on everybody who played on it. Again, I'm really, really amped on it. Everybody, make sure you download that landing pad link. I'm going to be putting out a teaser this week. Add us on Instagram, Smoke AD. I gave Busky a little sneak peek, so he already knows the deal. We're not playing no games.
Yeah.
That's the link. That will take you there. Be the first. Go now, right now, and save your spot right there.
Yeah.
Busky, man, I'm psyched. I'm really psyched on it.
I know, I'm psyched for you. And I didn't want to get the sneak peek. I didn't. Yeah. I wanted to play the game like everybody else, but you wanted to offer it up.
I think you were ready. I said, you know what? He needs to pick me up. And I said, but I didn't want you to hear it just with the music like we would have done back in the day. I said, I want you to get the full experience.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did, because again, I'm proud of it. I'm psyched on it. Shout out to my squad. Shout out to E, Demi. Shout out to Sean, Smoke AD family. You already know the deal. Listen,
it's great. Everyone's gonna love it, man. Everyone's gonna love it. It's on brand. It's on par, but it's next level.
Yeah. I'm psyched, but you know the deal, everybody. Casa de Rock Records. If you don't know, we'll get into that at another time. But anyway, we got some right here. They're not OGs, but we got some young guns. Yeah. But shout out to Skeletal Remains, because we actually went on the road with them, and a great band, actually, real cool band. And they just dropped a new single, Void of Despair, Fragments of the Ageless. It comes out March 8th, next year. So there's some time to get there right now.
Yeah.
And Sentry Media. Do we have this is some video for this, right?
We do have a video. Artwork. Yeah, this is the artwork for the single.
Yeah, that artwork is dope. They got some cool. They always got a cool feel to their artwork on Skeletal Remains.
Absolutely, and I believe the artwork for the actual record is done by legendary Dan Seagrave, who's done every death metal record cover you can think of. Probably everyone in your collection. So very cool to see this band come from a smaller band, work their way up, and now you've got a legendary artist doing your records, and the single's amazing. So hit him with that single, Gator. Give him a little taste. It's
boom. Sentry Media.
Yeah.
Shout out to them, man. Again, they're killing it. I forgot who we were on the road. It was us with them. I don't know if we were on the road with Suicidal, maybe, and them also, but really cool band. And it's good because they were kind of like getting their stuff more together more, and it's good. Since then, they've been chopping it up and really grinding at it. So it's good to see them out and dropping the single drops next year, and that also means most probably an EP and a record following. So
yeah, I think there's some time. So I would imagine more singles will be dropping. So keep your eye for new singles. Heading out on tour. Actually, they're out right now, and this is just wrapping up around Houston, Texas, San Antonio, down that way. But they just did a run with Incantation, Suffocation. Again, very cool just to see them, growing up and becoming more of a, staple official
and
OG.
That's a OG freaking ill lineup right there. The OGs with Suffocation, Incantation. I remember all these bands, and it's great to see them coming back. Not every band I'm happy to see do comebacks, but certain bands I'm glad when they're coming back the right way, meaning they're touring, they're taking pride on how they sound, they're dropping albums, they're not just in it for in and out quick money grab and all that. We all like money, but we got to remember what got us here, and if we're really about it, we have it in us. So it's good to see OGs out there still got that running through their blood. You know what I mean? And that's a real long run right there. That's a pretty good run right there. So shout out to them, man. I gotta say, the whole, whatever you call it, metal scene, metalcore, thrash, whatever the word is now, it's in a real good spot. I think sonically and soul wise, as I think it's almost back to where it was kind of. We're like,
it's like a second version of crossover.
Exactly
of that to me. It's just a heavier version, a different couple of genres crossing over, but essentially that's what it is. It's just a new version of crossover sometimes. So I love it, man. I really do, because we always say this. We grew up on metal and hardcore and hip hop and all these things, and it's all found a way to sort of merge nowadays and work together. The influences, the sounds, everything. So it's great.
Shout out to them. Make sure you go support them. And again, anybody putting out music consistently and touring, you got to support them. You know what I mean? Because they give us a reason to listen. If you like them or not, where it helps us go through our day, through our drives, through our work day. So musicians sometimes underappreciated, even the shitty musicians.
It's true. Hey, even the shitty musicians, people like shitty music.
Yeah, so there's a spot for all of us out there.
Exactly.
But then we got the OGs over here. The OGs are back. We were just talking about it, right, Bus?
Yeah. Yep. They did a little show in where was that? Revolution Calling Fest. I saw.
Yeah.
Looked like a good turnout. Looked like a good time. I checked in with Mr. Scott Vogel. He said he watched them and it was cool. So
cool.
If he signs off on it, then I guess
Yeah, Vogel, of course. Yeah. He'll give you a stamp of approval on the side by side and all that lean.
So cool to see. I was surprised when the first show was announced in Europe, but shortly thereafter this got announced. So they're making their way to New York Saturday, December 9th at the Brooklyn Monarch with Brain Tourniquet, Shit, Firewalker, and Dead Last.
Hold on. When he said Brain Tourniquet and then he said Shit, I thought you almost said it like Shit and Firewalker. No, Shit.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Shit.
The band's name is Shit, everybody.
Yeah, or SHIT. I'm not sure, but
you know what? I like that way. I like that when you just spell it out. Crazy. Yo, shout out to Shit, man.
Yeah.
That's BALLS. Balls.
Yeah.
But Revelations is throwing it. Shout out to Revelations for still being around and doing their thing. And that picture always killed me of Sammy. It kind of looks like Goat, right?
Oh wow, it does. Yeah.
Right there, right? It looks like young Goat.
It does.
Yeah. But it's good. Let me ask you, did you ever see Side by Side? You ever caught any of that? Yeah.
No, but I love the record, and I loved, Jules as a front man, like the whole mystique of it all. It was great, it's definitely just that traditional New York City youth crew, straight edge, hardcore, traditional, just beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So, cool to see. Definitely Alone in a Crowd. That was a cool reunion to catch. So it was only made sense, side by side would be right after that. So I look forward to checking it out. And Sammy's one of the best, man, drummers out there. I love his drumming style. I always have.
Yeah, he cool, and an OG, and another one. He's like a Benjamin Button dude. This kid's like he's, I still feel like picking him up and burping him almost. He's older than me. Shout out to Sammy, the OG's word up, and he's a killer. Yeah, shout out to him. Again, they come from the era of drummers with flavor. That whole, Mackie. That's Mackie. When you have Mackie as being one of the guys to look up to,
Yeah.
Shout out to the OG Mackie out there, just cuz.
Yeah. And rest in peace to Alex.
Oh yeah, yep. Rest in peace. And we got it coming up over here. We got family business over here. I just texted with him the other day. Right now they're in Las Vegas, but Crown of Thorns. Amityville Music Hall. When is this show? December 29th. So
yep.
Right after I kill my dogs, I'll tell you the rest about this fly over here. Friday, December 29th, Long Island, Amityville Music Hall. Shout out to the Amityville Music Hall.
Yeah.
Cool spot, always represented, for all the bands. They've been doing a lot of stuff for a while now. And cool show, man. Let them know what they got over here. What we got here.
Crown of Thorns, Paul Delaney on the bass, Mike Dijon, Dimmy, Ezak. Amazing lineup. They sound great. They've been making their rounds.
Oh yeah.
Hangman, which is
dope. Hangman.
Yeah, dudes from Pain of Truth. Prior to Pain of Truth, they had this band, and very cool band. Still relevant, still kicking around. Check that out. Bayway from New Jersey. Discontent and Heads Will Roll. 7:00. Doors at 6:30.
Yeah,
pgli.com for tickets.
Definitely, everybody go out there, and I know for a fact Crown of Thorns is dropping something new, and I heard a lot of that stuff. Really good shit. I'm really amped on it because it's about time. Come on, let's get with it. It's been too long. But I heard some of the stuff that they're doing is, I think everybody's gonna like it. It's that Crown of, it got some shit again. Like it got something on it where I want to hear it put together, but they have a lot of, which I'm glad is they're further along than I thought they were. I don't know how, but I just know they had I heard a lot of music people have been working on. So it's always cool when, again, that squad of players are together. It always gets me interested when, certain combinations of players are playing and putting stuff together. You know what I mean? It's like more than that band, it's the combos of who's playing in the band and who's doing what. It's always, I'm a fanatic of sound.
Yeah, I think a big thing is having members, or Paul, specifically the bass player, who's not just a fill-in bass player or just a guy to play the bass parts on the records.
Yeah.
Like Paul wants to be a vital part of the sound, which he is. Yep. And I think writing with Dijon and this new evolution with Paul and the band is definitely, an asset to everybody, having him around, because he's not just a guy to play the bass. He's really invested in continuing the sound, the legacy, everything of Crown of Thorns. So,
and he says he's a musician and like a student of the game, like myself. He understands, like, he ain't trying to change Crown of Thorns. He's pumping steroids into Crown of Thorns.
Right.
Like, he's doing what you're supposed to do. He's like, I want to see this band that I loved, I want to hear them with what I think they should sound like. And he knows where the bloodline comes from.
Yep.
And also he's a very good songwriter, and which is great about Paul and Mike, two different worlds, but they both could write music, with lyric ideas in their head. If not so much
100%.
Lyrics, they, and even if they don't get used, they understand, okay, there's going to be singing over this, or not. They kind of get the whole putting a song together. And with Paul and Mike and everybody else together, just kind of putting it together. And I'm definitely curious because the shit I did here was really cool, man.
Oh,
and,
absolutely.
I was happy to hear it.
And Crown of Thorns is a songs band. It's not a hardcore band like Scarhead, which is just basic meat and potatoes riffs and hardcore music. Crown of Thorns goes places. It's got mood, it's got atmosphere, it's got emotion, and Paul's really good at that too, writing the music that he writes. So
Yeah.
like you, I'm excited to check out all this new shit, and the little bits that I have heard fucking rips. So
yeah, and
it's gonna be
everybody,
great.
listen, they're playing around right now. Go make sure
Yeah.
you follow Crown of Thorns and Ezek everywhere, because right now they're in Vegas. They got a show in Vegas. I don't know what day, but they're in LA. This whole weekend they're on the West Coast. Make sure you go support them. You know,
Yep.
it's very important to support. Yo, it's all good when Bad Bunny and and all these other bands and Metallica come into town. Those are all dope. You also got to come out and represent for these shows. These are the trench warriors over here. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot to make these tours happen. Especially this later in the game, and everybody having other priorities and stuff. It's good to be that we still got that fire and love to be able to play, and see our friends. It gives us a reason to go to the other side of the country and break bread,
Yep.
But
Definitely.
speaking of breaking bread, one of my favorite spots is having something. What we got here?
The annual
Keystone.
Yeah. There you
Put
go.
that shit up.
Keystone Holiday Tattoo Jam.
First of all, my favorite club in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Reverb. I'll just okay. What we got here?
Did they do tattoos last year too? I don't know if this is the first time or
you know what? I don't think so, but it seems like maybe, or he might have done a tattoo thing during one of these, maybe. But if not,
it's good to see this thing growing.
No, hold on. I want to say he did last year.
Yeah, I feel like there was some sort of a tattoo spin on it, but always great. This thing is great every year. It just gets, cooler, bigger, better. So shout out to Club Reverb, Richie Crutch, everybody. H2O, Madball, E-Town, Crutch, Ill Bill, Fury of 5, Shattered
Super
Realm.
Bowl. Super Bowl right there.
Yep. Strength for a Reason, Agents of Man, no turning back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's dope. From Europe,
Yeah,
Combust, Fool's Game, Risk, D Block, Ends of Sanity, and Raw Life.
Listen, from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like you almost cannot leave.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you could leave. Like you're gonna catch something on literally every band there really has something new, or like something that is popping, or something that popped and is re-popping.
Yeah, it's true though.
I
keep looking at the list, and it's like true. It's like every moment of that fest that show is it like a fest? Yeah. And a bunch of tattoo artists. I'm looking here now at the bottom. Tons of tattoo artists.
Oh shit! I've seen that.
Yeah, lots of familiar names, some not familiar names. And tattooing's another thing too out there. It keeps blowing my mind how good tattoo artists have become. Just like music, you hear this demo and you're like, demos used to suck, and now like a demo sounds, they sound like albums, and the songs are actually well written, and it's no different. I feel like sort of in the tattoo. I'm sure there's a lot of chicken scratchers out there still, but I feel like everyone just is good at tattooing. Yeah,
everybody's a killer now, and everybody, the new generation that is elevating is doing this right in every way, in everything. It's technology and whatever. I think if you stick with roots, and then you add time and youth and new energy with old school DNA and anything, I think that's how you're gonna keep that, the essence of that, at its best of whatever it is. You know what I mean? And again, Chris, starting from a band, from just being in a band to touring in a band to opening a spot. I don't think a club ran by a hardcore kid has done more for hardcore than Chris. Yeah. I salute him. That's my man. And, he did a lot for, and is doing a lot for this, because during a downtime for everybody in music a couple years ago, he was out there doing his thing, trying to keep people sane and always looking out for his scene, and still doing it. That shit makes me want to be around it still. You know what I mean? Like, we got some real special forces still breathing this shit. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And look, you got December 16th. It's $40, all ages. Bring your kids. You got the kids for H2O, and Madball, and then E-Town, and then you got, for you animal white trash people, you got Fury of 5, Shattered Realm. Your Wiggins, you got Ill Bill. Shout out to my brother Ill Bill, who's killing it. Listen, it's stacked. The fly is dope. That's the heat miser. Oh no, that's the mayor who tried to stop Santa Claus from the cartoon. Santa Comes to Town. It wasn't a cartoon, that claymation thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and that's a Gary Gilmore. I see the Wrong Way Flyers. That's a Gary Gilmore flyer. He's done a lot of the flyers for the Super Bowl and a lot of the B&B stuff. Yeah.
All right, so I know where you got that from. I'm one of those. I used to love those. I still would watch them. Those claymation.
Yeah.
Rudolph and Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them, and that's the one from the story of Chris Kringle.
Oh,
because that motherfucker, this motherfucker, he's the mayor, the Burgermeister. He made toys illegal. He made toys illegal because he stepped on a train or something. That motherfucker.
All right. Yeah,
I won't blow up the plot. So you're gonna have to go see it.
I remember those claymation things. Those were great. Yeah,
they are the best. I wish my son. I try to get my son to watch that. He'll look at me like I'm a fucking moron.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
and this is also dropping that same day. At the reunion, the Crutch reunion, that same day. Days Records and Richie Crutch's label, Never Ran, Never Will, is reissuing the Crutch record for the first time ever on vinyl. So
yeah, no, that's dope. Again. Speaking of Chris and speaking of Rich, Joe, look at all of them. People that are still, that been doing it, giving back. And they are some like corny shit, giving back that you got to give back. But it's when it's in you, how can, it's just what we do, like we got to be around it. It's what we're interested in, is what we've done, is how we've met, most of our lives, basically connected. And Richie, Joe, Chris, still around it in every way, in one way or another, which I love. Yeah. And again, putting out records, OG stuff, for all the young guns interested, man. It's good to be able to get the old stuff, to be able to brush up on,
It's great to see this, this kid that started Days, Kid Lumpy. He's a Long Island dude, and I remember him being probably a teenager, so it's cool to see him start a record label that's putting out all this new stuff like Pain of Truth, but also, like you said, paying respect to the stuff that I'm sure he grew up listening to this record. And I'm sure that he saw, damn, this was never released on vinyl. And, let me put it out as a salute and to carry on the legacy. And that's important. It's vital that, younger generations do pick up on the previous stuff and help, carry it along. So shout out to Days Records.
Yep.
Richie Crutch, PA Hardcore, you know the deal.
And PA, I gotta say, PA holding it down for the Northeast.
Yeah.
Don't get gas, Richie. But all right, shout out to them. And look out for a TriCast coming out. We got something in the works, but and then we got some of some Cleveland favorites over here. December 30th. That's the last day of the month, right? December goes to the 30th or 31st.
I think, I don't know. You got to count my knuckles for that one.
Oh, yeah, don't do that. I know. I'm not in the mood for knuckles. All right, but listen, knuckles. Buffalo, New York. Bring your jackets. I got a feeling it's going to be cold.
Most
I don't
likely.
care how close to the devil integrity is, it's going to be cold. All right, we got all ages at the Rec Room. Buffalo, New York. Listen, Smash and Grab, Selfish Act, Holdout, Despair, and Union. Despair, that's vocal, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So wait, hold on. Now let's go. So let's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not super familiar with the top area there, which I always knew about. Obviously Integrity, but with Despair, I've always heard the name, but never heard of them, and that's why I was 50-50 on Vogel, because I always know he would talk about them and his other band,
Buried Alive,
which had more played recently, so I'm more familiar with that.
Yeah.
What's up with this?
Despair. Well, Buffalo goes back upstate. They got a good scene. Scott was, late 80s, early 90s. He had some bands, first starting with his band Slugfest with him and his brother. Slugfest was great, and it was short-lived, and then he started Despair.
Gotcha.
Despair, was basically the first band where he sort of, came into his front man and the whole thing. And it was, an early release on Trustkill before Trustkill was a big label. And then Despair did like the very first Hatebreed tour. They took Hatebreed out, actually. So, it was just about to pop off for Despair. The band broke up, and then Buried Alive started. Buried Alive started and went right to Victory, and that's where basically.
Let me ask you this: was Despair like that on some heavy stuff? What was there? Yeah,
it was similar. It was definitely in. It wasn't. It was fast, but it had heavy breakdowns. It wasn't Youth Crew. It wasn't Moshi. It was more just in that mid '90s, early '90s fast part. Heavy breakdown type of a thing, and it was cool. Definitely had its time and its place. And this is just basically a quick reunion. Scott's back in Buffalo, so I think a lot of people just, they want to see and hear Scott being in Buffalo, the old stuff. And Union, again, is another band that was an older Buffalo band that was around at that time. And, a lot of these guys broke up and they went on to do other bands like Buried Alive or Every Time I Die. And, it's just the evolution before a lot of that Buffalo stuff was the early stuff. And Integrity has always been, a favorite in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's close. It's close to Cleveland and Ohio. The demographics always fucked with my head.
Yeah,
you forget everything was very close. So it made sense, even sonically, how the bands were a little bit more metallic and a little dark.
Definitely.
In these areas, and it's like, cool shit. It's good to see. That's what I love about Vogel staying busy. We all know he got love for the core and all that shit. So it's good to see him, and East Coast. Freezing. And I don't know if we have the flyer, but I know the January 1st, Crown of Thorns, I believe, or it will be playing up there also, or in Syracuse, somewhere up there. Because I just literally saw the flyer, whatever. But keep an eye out, man. Buffalo, Syracuse, or whatever. You got it cracking on the new year. Yeah. So if you're gonna freeze, go freeze with your people and go support them.
It's a good place to freeze.
Yeah, hell yeah. And we have a little bit of good news and a little bit on some side news. Speaking of Ohio, shout out to Ohio becoming the 24th state to legalize adult use of cannabis. Shout out to Hyde. Listen, speaking of freaking, we were just talking about integrity. That wasn't even planned. You see how that works? Shout out to Mary Jane. We love you. But on the real, good shit. We all know. Listen, we're really... My new band are really advocates of this. If everybody knows, not just for fun. There's a lot of medical benefits. I ain't gonna get into it right now, but listen, if I could buy a bottle of vodka and drive my car right off a cliff right now, why shouldn't I be able to go smoke a joint and eat everything in my fridge in peace? You know what I mean?
Amen.
Shout out to Ohio. Let's keep it moving. I won't be happy till everybody's lit, because we got to get all this pill shit out and start bringing Mary Jane back into the bedroom. Everybody. That's the one. Shit. That's the one girl everybody should, every couple should be like, you know what? She belongs here.
Yeah.
Quintuplets, what do you call those when you have a trifecta, like a relationship with three people or whatever that is?
A menage a trois?
A menage a trois, whatever. Mary Jane. Do it with Mary Jane. Tell her all your rock sent you.
That's right.
But what else we got over here?
Oh man, we got a good one. Look at this. We got Disturbing the Peace. I know we mentioned, we brought it up on a previous episode. We announced the lineup. It's gotten broken down. It's basically 4 separate shows. So you got this pre-show, January 26th, with Killing Time, The Aftermath, Raw Brigade, ANTI, and A Road. This is at the Auto Bar.
Flat Spot Records, man. Again, keeping the fire alive. And I've seen a lot of new reissue stuff, that they put out. Damn, the Disturbing the Peace. All right, yeah, this is the January 20th. Killing Time. Listen, everybody go see it. I'm glad to see them back. Shout out to Blackout Records also. They're reissuing a lot of new stuff. The Killing Time stuff and a bunch of other stuff. So make sure you go check out the Blackout stuff also. But I'm happy to see Killing Time back, man. Yeah. And all right, day 2.
This is actually
all right. Hold on. We're going fast over here. Hold on, Gator.
So we got this guy. This is day 2, the actual show, January 27th at the Soundstage. You got Backlash opening with Karma, Life's Question, Naysayer.
Hell yeah.
Buggin'.
Shout out to Tommy Tom.
Yeah, today's actually his birthday. Shout him out.
Yo, happy birthday to Tom. I'm gonna go put on my camo fucking shorts right now. And for him. All right.
I got mine on actually right
you
now.
Got it. Shout out, boom.
Yeah.
And shout out and Buggins up. Shout out to Buggin, man. I want to get them on the show, man. They're dope. That's like some hard. For some reason, man, I felt like I was in that band in another life in a way. Like the 15-year-old, 18-year-old me was somewhere in there. Like it's that. I felt like that's where I was at. You know, even though I'm not saying they're 15 or 16, but that's everything. Something about that band specifically reminds me of
you
where
definitely
I was
connected with them. You connected with them.
And we got the homeboys right there. Section Hyde. You already know the deal. California. Shout out to them. I'm another band that I'm glad, keep doing their thing and staying busy and just being out there putting out music and all that, representing the West. You know how that goes.
Yep.
And then we got the girl power with Jive Bomb. Again, Baltimore representing. They put out, again, it's like the new upstate, like the watering hole for all the white trash guys upstate for the whole all-out wars and the whole brick by bricks. Yeah. Now we got the watering hole, and over here we got the Buggins, the Jive Bombs, the Endits. Shout out to Baltimore, man. Baltimore always had a hardcore scene. People forget there was always bands coming out, from the Swizzes or whatever. Even they, some claim the DC or whatever. Yeah. But Baltimore was always in the mix, man. So shout out to Baltimore and the Soundstage, which we played, and the Auto Bar, which definitely was basically a home spot.
Yeah. And that's important too, to have a consistent venue, and that's look at how many generations have played at these places.
Yeah. Yep. And the OGs, we got Outburst and H2O. And if everybody out there catch that, I just dropped a episode with Outburst on the Smoking Word podcast. Is up right now. Make sure you go check that out. It's actually a really good one, I think. Because I grew up with the band, so I had a lot of questions. Yeah. And I don't know, it was a pretty long one too. So if you want to kill like 2 hours, that's the one to listen to. But and I'm glad they're a cool band to have back. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
people
again,
loved Outbursts. Growing up, and there was always that generation of bands that we missed. Like in my generation, I missed Outburst. I missed a bunch of these bands. So when there was those reunions, it was cool, and it was great, and it's cool to see them still getting love. Yep. And those records are great. The tracks on the compilations, like all these things. So shout out to Outburst.
And again, why I keep bringing up why I'm glad that a lot of the new guns give Outburst a lot of love. Why I kind of make a shine a light on it a little bit or more often than not is because it's typical if it was saying, let's say a Cro-Mags record, a Crumbsucker record where it's crossover, the lay of the land is easier to say, like, it's easier to figure out. Some of the newer generation will feed to that. They're picking like real, not just so much niche, but that's like neighborhood. That's what was New York hardcore when it was literally, you heard, if you hear the episode, they didn't really tour. It was literally, I always took them like a neighborhood band in the local best band. Way. Yeah. And to have that band be, given its props, it's dope because, AF, the Cro-Mags, Murphy's Law should always get their props. But it's good to see these other people out there that they made a lane. They helped pave these other lanes, you know what I mean? And so it's cool, man. And and we got the OGs. We got H2O. Yep. Shout out to my brother Toby out there killing it with the One Life, One Chance podcast and everything he's doing. H2O doing their thing, you know what I mean?
Yep. And then there's the after show the same day. So after that, at the Metro, you get to catch Section Hyde again with Brace War.
Boom.
And the Chisel, who just
my boys from the Chisel. Listen,
they just dropped a new track this week that fucking rips. So go check Spotify for that new Chisel track.
Yeah, I was about to say, we'll probably have a clip of them. Maybe we have the boys jump on and talk about the new record next soon. I could get them, but shout out to the Chisel doing that thing. Go get that record. And all right, hold on, we're speed reading over here.
And then the next day, January 28th, Soundstage again. This is the second day. Another amazing show, Red Eye opening, Choice to Make, Cold Times, Raw Brigade, Regulate, Suburban Scum, the Chisel again with Gut Instinct and Biohazard.
Dope. And that's cool. Again, when I'm talking to the OGs of Baltimore, Gut Instinct. Yeah. When I was a kid, I remember, shout out again to my drummer, Richie Nagel, the first drummer demise. he was the reason that he was the guy who put me on to anything new. And he's the one that gave me the whole thing of wanting to be the guy to hear the newest shit first. Because he was that guy.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying, yo, you got to hear this shit. Because it was like, both for me, it was a Baltimore's answer to Breakdown. Yep. And it's funny where Jeff ends up later on in a connection with Baltimore and Breakdown, but it had this urban, but not trying to be hip hop feel. And I always had that about Gut Instinct. Something cool about it. It was just that time. It painted the picture for the time perfectly. So it's good to have them. And with the OG's Biohazard, man, I haven't got to see Biohazard yet, only on videos since the comeback. That's gonna be a sick show right there. Disturbing the Peace, Flat Spot again, killing it, man. Yeah. In Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ricky. Fire. Shout out to Che. Shout out to Flat Spot. Good to see it. Good to see the growth, the evolution.
Hell yeah! Shout out. They got it fucking. Hell yeah, they got it stacked. So shout out to Flat Spot and everybody else. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. For everybody out there who wants to support the show, CasaDeRock.com. We're going to put up a lot more new merch. Right now, we had a couple, just a lot of stuff is out of stock because we've been involved with getting this new single and video ready. But we're going to have a lot of new, any merch bought goes back into the show. So to support the show, listen, you could repost, you could leave a comment, you could cop a shirt. Everything goes back into what we do because that's just what we do. And shout out to everybody who's been copping. Shout out to everybody who's been waiting. Also, sometimes we get held up and delayed. Hit the link tree right there. It takes you to everywhere you got to go to. The Smoke AD page, the Smoking Word page, everything. Make sure you support the show by downloading, commenting, or buying a shirt. And besides that, Gator, put that other link on. We want everybody. Listen, December 15th. We need to celebrate. I'm really psyched. We busted our ass on this. The Smoke AD single and video premiere fiasco party. Right there. Hit that link and save your spot right now. And I want you right now, give everybody a happy Chanukah present, a happy Kwanzaa, happy Xmas present, everything. Send them this link and tell them Merry whatever. Add the blank. Because that's the right there. Say Christmas comes early this year. It comes December 15th. Everybody on the reel, you could save that right there. I'm really psyched on it. You're going to see more info as we get closer. This is from the ground up, everybody. And shout out to my team. You know who you are.
Yeah. It's amazing to watch this. I think why I like music so much is I like grabbing a demo. You can hear, you can see something in that, and then comes the next release, and then the next, and then the record, and then either they die and you move on, or you watch this thing grow and it turns into a monster usually. And all it takes is just planting a seed and starting, and that's it. And that's what's cool about this is I've been along for the ride.
Yeah.
I've watched I watched this thing come from an idea to a demo, to actually to a riff on Instagram.
Yeah. Basically.
To a demo, to a proper recording, to a video. And it's just amazing to see this. So I'm psyched for you, and everybody definitely hit that link and pre-save this thing. It's available everywhere.
It'll be available on everything. I don't care where you hear it and stream it. Just stream the shit out of it, everybody. I'm really psyched on it. Gator Food, you killed it. But all right, we got some new shit going on. What's this exactly right here? This is something I didn't even know about. Yeah,
this is cool. This is a little something that just popped up recently. Members of Crowbar and Typo Negative came together in this band. I Am. Yeah, Kenny and Johnny from Typo Negative, and Todd, the bass player, and obviously Kirk from Crowbar, teamed up. And this is the second single, just came out, Cryptomnesia. Super cool, super heavy.
I gotta hear this. I didn't even know about it, man.
Very, very, very cool stuff. And there's another single that came out a month or two ago. I don't know. Just put it on your radar. I thought it was cool. I don't know why it's not getting, much I'm not going to say not much buzz because there is a buzz, but
Yeah.
you would think that this would definitely be a more prominent out there project.
I definitely want. No, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I want to hear it because I bet the production is sick, and the riffs are sick, and I can imagine the style. It's gonna be some like real dark shit, So.
It's cool. It's very, very cool. So definitely check it out. It's on Spotify.
Shout out to Crowbar. Shout out to Typo. Shout out to Brooklyn, and New Orleans, Louisiana. That's a combo right there, boy.
Yeah, lots of good riffs. And it's moody. It's not just heavy. It's good singing. It's melodic. I don't know. Look at that picture. I mean, how could you not have?
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out right when we finish this for sure. I want to check that out because
you'll like it.
I like that, and then we got some of the young guns over here.
Yeah.
Boom, Combust, Dark Corners, 2 songs on Triple B. What do you consider what would you call this? An EP, a 2-song EP?
Yeah, I guess an EP. Right? Sure.
Right.
Yep.
But boom, again, Triple B, another one, representing, doing that thing. Combust, is good to see them again doing, for a minute it looked like it was a little quiet, and now they're back at it,
Yep.
It's good to see
that record was great. They put out an awesome record a year or two ago. Been playing a lot. Definitely been seeing them a lot in New York, and I think they went overseas even a couple times since then. So good to see him busting ass. And these 2 new songs are great, man. I mean, it's traditional New York hardcore shit by a younger generation. They're not really young dudes anymore, but younger in terms of what's going on. And cool to see that even just the song title NYHC. They're just still just repping and holding it down. So definitely check this out, and good to see them on Triple B.
Yeah,
and again, it's evolution. Everyone's getting older, and these guys, what used to be young guns, are now, they're carrying flags. So shout out to Combust and
Triple B. We got my bro over here. He just dropped. I seen this. He's been working. My bro El Bell and Necro. They dropped a new single, Blood Brothers. It's good to see that they dropped a single together. Yep. I don't really get into any drama or whatever, and I don't even know really the story. But I wasn't sure. I know they don't. I haven't seen a lot of music with them together in the later years too much. So it's good to see them putting something together. And the last shit Bill did was dope too. I was bumping that a lot. And I'm trying to get Bill on the show too, And it's good to see them. Another one, grinding and sticking to his soul and sticking to what he does best is that trench warfare. So shout out to Bill and everybody, man, for real, for representing always representing the underground heavy music scene in the hip hop scene. So never shied away and being ashamed of that shit because there's no reason to,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
And also my homeboy Mr. Hyde, he just dropped this. He got Torches of the Den. Order it right now, Mr. Hyde. What, Mr. Hyde? Where you see that? Hold on.
Mr. Hyde PLR.
PLR.com.
Yep.
Listen, boom. I always love their covers. They always got that. They always been on that metal tip and all that shit. But Mr. Hyde killing it. This dude's always working on music. Shout out to Hyde. Shout out to Kareem, the baby, and everybody. But he's been grinding, always putting that music in. And I know he's been locked away in his new spot. So I know he's been putting some shit on, staying creative. And you might actually, Hyde, we might have to do a little collab on something, man. Because you're a little bit closer now. So we're going to talk. But shout out to Mr. Hyde. Make sure you go check his shit out.
It's good. I gave it a spin, and even the Bill Necro thing. This is all I gave it all a spin right at once, and it's great. This stuff is, anybody that grew up listening to this stuff, it's been around for a while. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. It's right on par.
Yeah, good shit. So I'm glad for them again doing their thing and whatever. And what do we got? What we got last but not least? What's this?
Dope again. Ohio, Cleveland. Got to shout it out.
Boom.
This is a cool band that popped up recently. Very traditional Cleveland sounding, very ringworm integrity. If you love Cleveland, you'll absolutely love this. This just came out I think this week. Yeah, very dope. And 3 new songs just in that Cleveland vein. And I want to say Ethan from Steel Nation. Remember him, the drummer?
Yeah.
Plays in Bitter End as well. I'm pretty sure he's in this band now as well too. So
cool shit.
Always a cool drummer, cool style, and you can hear it, even in this stuff. So definitely check this out. It's really good.
Listen, every week we always try to bring you something new. There's always something new as far as downloading a new band or an OG band that has something new. So make sure you keep supporting the show because we love to dig in for ourselves, and we do this show so you could tap in because we like connecting with like-minded people that also like are nerds with this shit. We just love where we come from. We love what we listen to. And we never forgot where we come from, and we like letting people know that. So that's why we do what we do. And shout out to everybody who support us. Again, the link tree, hit the link. That's how you support the show. Everything is on there. A lot of stuff is going on. I gotta go check out those Smoking Word podcasts with Outbursts, with Kill Your Idols. They're out now. I got a new podcast dropping. It's out right now. We got freaking Fugitive in the building, and I got a couple of other little things in the works. And shout out to Blackout Records. They just re-released a whole bunch of new vinyls. It's Christmas time, Kwanzaa time, whatever, Chanukah time, Hanukkah time, whatever you want it.
Yeah.
Go spend some money because you guys got jobs. Not everybody, but some of you do. Let's keep the music thing alive. Let's keep the festivities going. Let's keep music alive. Let's keep the underground alive. And let's be happy to be alive. How about that?
Yes.
Everybody, before we out again, one more time, hit that other link too. Also, one more time, Gator, save the link. That's the video drops December 15th. Smoke AD. Anything before we out of here, Busk? Anything else going on that you got popping? Anything new?
All
anything
good. No,
dropping?
all good.
All right.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm just in work mode.
Good. Listen, next week, everybody. Thank you for tapping in.
Yeah.
The Hard Corner Boys, where the news brings you the news. So next week, everybody, we out of here.
Word.
Oh,
Peace.
peace. We out.
Yeah.